I'm your host, Bradford Lassiter, and welcome to Lassiter Factor's Top 5. Yeah, this is a brand new show that I'm trying out because, well, I'm not doing the monthly report or the monthly reviews again because at some point those shows just became a little too hard to crank out in a timely manner, especially when you're a one-man band that shoots and edits everything. And since I'm an obsessive reader that likes to rank everything, I thought, let me try this new format out where I just take a topic and then just rank it based on whatever the topic is. Sometimes it'll be top 5, sometimes it'll be top 10, sometimes it'll be 15 or beyond, but it'll be mainly top 5 just to keep it simple and challenging. And so for my first ranking video, I'm going to rank all my favorite movie and TV related things and or news that happened during the month of March 2021. So see, this is still a variation of the monthly report, just a little different though. Now at the end of this video, if you're really digging it, like, comment, share, subscribe, let me know what you think in the comments section below. So, let's get into it. Coming in at number 5 is Coming to America, which was something I was really excited for. In fact, it was one of my most anticipated films of 2021, and yet now it is one of the most polarizing films of 2021. Either you like this film or you didn't like this film. Wherever you stand, me personally, I fall in the middle of it because, well, let's be real, I didn't expect this to be as good as the first. I just went in expecting a good, fun time with some occasional references to the first movie here and there, and it did do some stuff that I liked, and I did have a good time watching it, and I laughed a little bit. But what I liked about it was the progression of some of the original characters, like Prince Hakeem, and how he's the king, and how he vowed to change some things after he married Lisa, but then it turns out he's just like any other king. It doesn't really offer any real change. And then he has a daughter, but only a man can be king and not a woman. And then she tries to inspire him to change his ways and to change that rule. After all, he is the king. And then I did like some of the callbacks to the original film. Like one of my favorite ones was when Hakeem and Lisa, they get into a huge argument during the climax of the film, and then she kicks him out of the bedroom, and Hakeem's all like, "You banished me from my room. Are you a fool?" And Lisa's like, "Do you see me hopping on one leg and barking like a dog?" I just find that funny. And some things I didn't like was it did get a little repetitive with some of the callbacks to the original film, especially at times when it didn't even call for it. But mainly it's the plot with the son, or his bastard son, as he called it in the movie. But I feel like you really didn't need that. We could have just focused on the daughter and the movie would have still been fine. But regardless, I still had a fun time watching this film, and I'm glad I watched it. I still prefer the original, and I always will, and this film cannot even taint how I feel about that original film, and that's why it's at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Michael B. Jordan directing Creed 3, which I'm very excited about, not just because we're getting another Creed movie, but because it will be the directorial debut of Michael B. Jordan. And what better way to start than with something that he's already familiar with, and only he knows the next step in Adonis's Creed story and what the next natural progression is in this Rocky universe. Michael B. Jordan, he knows his character, he knows his universe. In the same way that Rocky Balboa, he directed some of the old school Rocky movies from back in the day. Even though Sylvester Stallone's not reprising the role of Rocky Balboa in Creed 3, which I'm a little upset about, but I get it, it's Adonis's Creed story, so who knows. Either way, I'll be there opening day, or opening day one, if it streams on something, who knows, we shall see. Coming in at number 3 is Godzilla Vs Kong. I'm pretty much echoing everything I've said in my review of that movie, which I will leave in the description below to my review of that, which is on Instagram, as well as my review to Coming to America, as well as my number 2 and 1 choice, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But Godzilla vs. Kong was something that I have been anticipating for a long time, and was in my most anticipated films of 2021. And did it deliver? Well, despite some of the disregard for human life and property damage, and some plot points that have been taken from other films, and some weak human characters here and there, but I don't go into these movies for the characters though, but despite all of that, I still had a rip-roaring good fucking time watching it. This film gave me a good time, and that's all I could ever ask for. And it was also fun revisiting some of the other MonsterVerse movies leading up to Godzilla vs. Kong, as well as Godzilla 98 and King Kong 05. And then seeing how it all led up to this, it was just perfect. Now, what will happen with the MonsterVerse after Godzilla vs. Kong, especially after its box office success that I'm hearing right now? who knows what Warner Brothers has plans for the Monsterverse, especially given the climate of the world we live in today. But for right now, I'm just happy that it finally happened and I got to see it on a big screen in IMAX. Coming in at number 2 is pretty much everything Marvel. This will pretty much be a running gag whenever I do these ranking videos. Like, there's just so much that happens pertaining to one thing that happens in 1 month that I just condense it down to one. So like, I'll do like everything Marvel, everything DC, everything Star Wars. You get the point. But in the case of Marvel, at the beginning of the month, we had the season finale of WandaVision, and it wasn't the best season finale I've seen, but it was a good season finale for what the show presented to us and how it culminated into that. And it was a great not send off, but great ending to Wanda Maximoff's story for that particular show, and then seeing what she becomes in the end, and then how that could have repercussions in future MCU related stuff, as like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And then a couple weeks after that, we got The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which at the time when I'm recording this video, we are now 3 episodes deep. And I'm loving every moment of it because I get Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Civil War vibes whenever I watch this show, which are some of my favorite movies within the MCU. Because to me, those movies at their best lean hard into this spy espionage, political drama, as well as some cool action. There is a lot that is happening on the show, and I'm loving every moment of it. And we're exploring these characters like Sam as the Falcon, and how he gave up the shield, and how that's affecting him. And I get why I gave up the shield, but it's like, dude, come on now. And then we see how Bucky, he's trying to adjust to the world, while also both of them trying to adjust to the world post-Endgame. And that's one of the things I love about these shows on Disney Plus, is that we get to see more of the world react to the blip. And for some other Marvel-related stuff, yeah, speaking of Endgame, it was the highest grossing film of all time globally, but not anymore. It is now taken by Avatar again, which I'm not too pressed about. I'm not losing any sleep over that, because at the end of the day, hey, Avatar, Endgame, either way, Disney got money. They earned their money, so. And then finally, for the Marvel-related stuff, Black Widow gets pushed yet again, but this time might be the final time because it gets pushed to July, and as a day-and-date release, it's going to get released in theaters as well as on Disney Plus for $30 extra. Yep, they're trying to hand out Premiere Plus again, but this might actually work this time, because I've said many times before, did Premiere Access fail, or was Mulan a bad test subject? Because I guarantee more people are ready and willing to drop $30 for a Marvel movie than they are a live-action Disney remake. I guarantee it. But we shall see when Black Widow opens up in July. And finally, for my number 1 thing that I love during the month of March 2021 is Zack Snyder's Justice League. Yet through all the controversy around this film, through all the fans campaigning, #release the Snyder Cut, and Zack Snyder leaving, and then the theatrical cut and all the Joss Whedon stuff, and then Zack Snyder announcing last year that the Snyder Cut will be released and complete on HBO Max, and that it will be a 4-hour movie. And did it deliver? Hell yes. Now granted, there's still some Zack Snyder isms that are still present in the film, like all the slow-mos and all the unnecessary music choices, and some stuff that really drags along. But hey, with that 4 hours, he was able to give more time to characters that didn't get their due in the theatrical cut, like particularly Cyborg. He is the heart of the story. We get a more cohesive film, and Zack Snyder was behind some of the more funnier stuff in the theatrical cut than I realized. I had a good time watching this film. I know the fans are happy. Did it need to be 4 hours? I'm sure you could have condensed it down to 3, but hey, I'm still happy with what I got, and I'm curious to see what will become of the Snyderverse, because I know Zack Snyder has expressed that he wants to move on from this, but anything could happen, especially since fans are now campaigning #restore the Snyderverse, myself included. Only time will tell what will happen, if the Snyderverse will continue or if it just won't. But for right now, I'm just going to relish in the moment. And that's why Zack Snyder's Justice League is my number 1. But that's it for this first episode of Lassiter Factor's Top 5. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, again, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm your host, Bradford Lassiter. Stay safe, wash your hands. Peace.